Hi, my name's Craig West. I'm the founder of a business called Capitaliz, which is all about exit planning software for exit planners. In this 5-part video series, I'm going to explain to you how and why we built Capitaliz, what we do with Capitaliz in our business here in Australia, and how you can use it as an advisor to help your clients maximize business value and achieve a successful exit. First, let's start with a bit of a backstory. So I was originally trained as an accountant, and I worked in an accounting practice here in Australia for nearly 10 years, working with business owner clients, often baby boomers, and sometimes those baby boomers were looking for an exit strategy. What I find at that time, 25 years ago, was there was no exit planning process. There was no exit planning institute or education program either around how you did exit planning, what tools you could use, and how to deliver client outcomes. So I actually worked with several accounting clients on exiting their business. I helped them minimize the taxation impact, I helped them prepare their documents and their processes, and I helped them actually deliver an exit solution, sell their business in most cases. What I found was it was a life-changing event for most of those business owners. Several of my clients sold their business for $5, $10, and one, in fact, $25 million. And for that family, that was life-changing. In fact, that client is the main reason I now focus on succession and exit planning. Immediately after that sale, we valued that business originally for $8 million. It ended up transacting for $25 million. The client, the owner of that business, actually donated $5 million to charity in the week following the sale and sent me a card with a copy of the receipt that he'd actually donated that money to charity. And the card simply said, "This is life-changing for me, my family, and this charity." And I immediately thought, I need to do a lot more of this, and hence got out of the accounting practice. And that's another story I'll tell you about in a moment. But then started to think about exit and succession planning as a business opportunity. In 2009, I set up a business called Succession Plus, which is still operating here in Australia, and in fact is the largest business succession and exit planning business in the Southern Hemisphere. We work with nearly 700 clients over the last 12 years, all of whom have gone through our process, which I'm going to share with you during this video series, to help them maximize the value of their business and successfully exit. Exiting the accounting practice was actually a pretty traumatic event. It was a succession plan pretty badly done and pretty badly gone wrong. Business was bought out by a firm of business coaches who introduced other services like mortgage broking, business coaching, property services, IT consulting, and the succession plan went badly wrong. The business was eventually sold. Not a great success story in terms of exit and succession planning. And that drove me even further to make sure we knew how to do succession and exit planning properly to avoid that outcome for business owners. And hence the setup of Succession Plus in 2009. In 2011, I traveled to Chicago and completed the Certified Exit Planning Advisor certification with the Exit Planning Institute. Finally, learning about exit and succession planning, understanding there was a methodology, learning about the 3 legs of the stool and all of the key elements that made up a succession and exit plan. On the flight back to Australia, which is 15 hours, I actually sat down and documented a 15-step process to help clients do all of the things that needed to be done to prepare for an exit or succession plan. And we started using that 15-step process straight away. Over time and working with clients, as I said, nearly 700, we've now refined that process, developed it further, and it's actually now embodied in the 5 stages of value, 21-step process, which we use with every single client. In 2015, using that methodology, we'd grown the business fairly substantially, and I was awarded the International Exit Planner of the Year award in Texas. The practice then started to grow fairly quickly. We recruited advisors around the country. We've now got 23 in all capital cities. And then we expanded the business internationally so that we've got advisors now working in New Zealand and the UK. The underlying principle there was to prove that the intellectual property was transferable across borders internationally. And so we're now helping clients in Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom with business succession and exit planning. All of those clients go through the 21-step process. All of them start, without exception, with a business insights report. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later on in the series. Most of the clients also work through our process. And that process starts with understanding what they're trying to achieve as a business owner, what are their goals and outcomes, developing the business insights report and delivering that to them so that they understand exactly what the business is worth today, and more importantly, what it could be or should be worth, and I'll go through that in a moment in one of the other videos, and then working through the strategic advisory component, a 24-month program to help business owners do everything they need to do to prepare the business, the finances, and themselves for a successful exit. Ultimately, our goal with every single client is to help them maximize the value of their business and achieve a successful exit. Over time, as I said, we've been able to deliver that work with nearly 700 clients. We've worked in every state in Australia, and we've worked with businesses in just about every single industry you can think of. Lots of them professional services firms like architects, engineers, accountants, lawyers, real estate agents, but also manufacturers in furniture, freight and logistics companies, meat and small goods businesses, wine distributors, you name it. We've got quite a broad industry spectrum. And so the process that we've developed and the software that we use, Capitaliz, is not industry specific. We don't really care which industry the client's in. But importantly, the industry data is important because that's what we benchmark against when we do the reports. So in this 5-part series, I'm going to take you through how we work with clients, starting with the sales and marketing process. How do we attract new clients? What do we tell them about the process? How do we propose the engagement with them? And then taking through the actual engagement. What does the business insights report look like? How do we deliver the strategic advisory? And ultimately, how do we maximize business value to achieve a successful exit at the end of the day?